YouTube actually demonetized him by suggesting that he's promoting drug use. Like he's encouraging people to use drugs and promoting the usage of drugs. So, and he's actually giving a honest, fair, educational approach, which is what makes him also somewhat in a question mark area for those who are strict recovery advocates, as well as for the general public that's sitting there going, wow, I never understood what drug addiction was. I never understood what it felt like. I never understood the mind of an addict. And so what are your thoughts of the importance of his channel, being that they're now, by them doing that, they're shadow banning him from allowing his videos to get into a larger public eye so more people can see it? That's what demonetizing it will do, is actually shadow ban him from being able to be seen in a larger audience.
That's really fascinating that you just told me that, and it just set off a whole bunch of things in my mind. Please keep in mind, I get on this thing and I have a wonderful team, Austin and Odie, that help me. I talk to guys like you. I'm new to all this technology stuff, and I'm exploring it in a both philosophical way and in a treatment way. Now, CG Kid, I've had an opportunity as I've kind of gotten more into this stuff. I've watched him a few times, and what kind of perked my interest was, that's interesting. You know, this is a guy in recovery, and he's got, I think, 200,000 subscribers or something. And for me, philosophically and academically, that's interesting. So I did watch a few videos, and honestly, I haven't watched, years of videos. He's got a lot of stuff up there. I'd like to watch more. But here's my thought on that, and then I'll relate it to, you said demonetizing, is that what they call it? So I was kind of blown away by this young man. And the reason I was blown away by it was, I don't know if he realizes, and I don't know what his academic background is, but the way he approaches the addict, and the few interviews that I saw, he's doing what's called motivational interviewing. And I don't think he even realizes it. And what's motivational interviewing? And a lot of people don't really get what motivational interviewing is you approach a patient or a client or whoever you're dealing with, and you have to do it in a very non-judgmental way. Because they have to get, in technical terms, what they call it, to a stage of change to go into recovery. And what he does, and I'll tell you what else he does that kind of trips me out. I'm very impressed with him. What he does is he approaches them and he digs and explores their substance abuse in their own terms, in their own words. And because he has so much experience with substance abuse himself, he understands that reality, so he just digs right into that couch. And it's him. And he lets them describe what it is that are the positives, because you're supposed to ask the person, well, what do you get out of this? What is the positive? What's it like? And then from there, he lets them through, I'm going to mark this word, circle this word, through a narrative. He lets them explore how they've gone through this whole thing, and hopefully, maybe not that day, maybe not that moment, that discussion, that narrative will bring him to a place of recovery. That's his genius. And I don't think he truly understands what he's doing himself, because he doesn't have the technical words for it, but he's doing motivational interviewing. On a bigger picture, he's doing something that's completely thrown out the window in our highly technological corporatized society. He's doing what we used to call the narrative. Now, whether you're a Christian or whether you are a medical doctor, one thing that's completely gone out of our society is the concept of narrative. Everything is a narrative. It's not an algorithm when you deal with humanity, humans, their mind, their brain, the way they do things. And what he allows is a narrative of addiction, which is so deep. It's non-judgmental. It's non-surgical. It's not an algorithm. It's the way we used to deal with human beings. And I just noticed that he does that. And maybe, I don't know how they figured out to ban him or whatever you said they do. Maybe in that narrative, it's a little bit racy and somebody gets into the depths of what addiction is. I mean, I could sit here and read a poem to you from a French poet, which I have somewhere around here, which is a beautiful description of doing opiates. that tells you about how wonderful it is, and then at the end of the day, you can't get off the train and you're dead, right? And so maybe it's the part of that narrative where he gets into the part where he describes how they feel they didn't like, but there's a genius and an insightfulness in what he does that apparently not only attracts viewers, it attracts those that are curious, but eventually the most important impact is this young man, maybe through his own experience, maybe through some innate feel and ability, he's apparently getting a lot of people to recovery. And he's not doing an algorithm where nowadays in medicine, you look at this, do this, do this, do that. Well, you can get a monkey to do that, and I'm very much not an advocate of that. So I'm sorry to hear that, but I think he's doing a tremendous amount of work for the recovery community, and he's educating people. He is making people understand the narrative of what this is for a human being. And I think he's getting people to recovery, because I just read comment after comment after comment. So I'm sorry to hear that. I wish him the best of luck.